Welcome to Group Imaging's video on how to change your banner and roller core on your retractable banner stand. Your banner stand has two ends. One is a slotted end and one is a round end. The way you'll take your banner out is to turn it on its side and pull it down till the window shade stops and locks. Now you just let it fall out. Catch it with your hand. You want to be careful at this point that it doesn't fall and get damaged. So you can set this one aside, grab your new banner and core, and insert it with the round pin end into the round end of the banner stand. And the flat end will go into the slotted end. When you put the slotted end in, you need to put the white dot facing up. The white dot signifies which end is supposed to be on top. And that is critical. If you put that on the bottom, your window shade will never be taut and show your banner nice and clean and straight. So you start with the round pin end into the small round hole. You push that in and then take a look at the other end. You're looking for the white dot that's painted on the end of the blade, and you'll put that on the top. You might have to start over a couple times as you get used to doing this. Darylyn is one of the girls in our shop, and she's not done this too many times, but she's going to rotate that so she sees the white dot on the end of the blade and reinsert the round pin in, and now drop this in the slot, and then she's going to tug on the banner, and that'll release the spring, and now it wants to pull down all the time. If you do this up and down pulling and it locks in the correct orientation, you have not done it correctly. And make sure that you see the white dot on the end of the pin is facing up, right in there. The next section is going to show you how to change a spring on a roll-up and to retension a spring that has been unwound. You pull the banner out while holding it on its side, and now it locks, and you can gently, with your hand below the banner, carefully cradling it, you can pull your banner and window shade core out. Set the base aside, and now this spring still has tension on it, so she's going to take the pliers, gently turn it clockwise a little bit, and then let go, and the spring will wind down. You want to do this with a pair of pliers, not with your fingers, because the tension on the spring can be rather violent, and it can cause you a blood blister on your fingers if it pops you, if you don't get your fingers out of the way. And so you can just pull right on the center of the spring on the blade, pull it out, and in this case we would take your old spring, put it away, assuming your spring had been damaged somehow. Get your new spring, and look at the orientation. You've got a large notch, and you've got an opening in this plastic piece. Slides in there, and the red piece, the blue piece will slide in as you rotate it. A new spring sometimes has to be pushed in rather harder than she did because the plastic fits rather tightly. And she's going to fumble with the pliers here a little bit, but in a second she'll get them right. You want the pliers on there so that you can rotate the slotted end in a clockwise direction while looking at this end, and you'll have to lock the pliers. She hasn't decided to lock them yet. Give her a second. Oh, she'll get them locked in a second. Now is clip. Now she's got it locked. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and she gently let it go backwards. And she's probably going to need the pliers in the up position because the dot needs to face down in order for this to lock. Now she can tell that the spring is locked because it doesn't want to pull against her hand on the pliers. Now it's locked. The spring is wound up. There's tension on it. And she grabs her base again, goes to the round end, pushes the pin in the round end, into the hole in the round end, and rotates back around. Grabs the Now she's going to slip the slot in. So she has retensioned and changed the spring, and the test is, does it pull up and down, and does. In this third section, we're going to show you how to change the feet on a roll-up display. And it's going to take a 7/16 nut driver or a ratchet with a 7/16 socket, or a 7/16 closed in or opened in wrench, and a 5 32nd Allen set. And you'll have a nylon nut that should never be used twice. Once it's tightened on, and if it's taken off, replace it with a new one. And you'll have a Belleville washer, a steel washer, that has a curve that should be humped up in the middle. And if it's done held the other way, it'll be upside down with more of a smiley face. Now you want it to be held with its slight hump. This is what makes it tight. And then you'll have a nylon washer that goes between the foot and the base of the banner stand. So we have to remove the banner just the same way we took it out every other time. Make it lock, cradle it, take it out. And now she's going to put the Allen wrench in and put the nut driver on and give it a good twist. And just going to give you a look at it. Okay. And now let's take that off. Okay. Inside of the base is the nut and the Belleville cone-shaped washer, and between the base and the foot is the nylon washer and the bolt that passes through from the bottom. So just going to change the feet, and you can use the same bolt, and you can use the same nylon washer if you please, and slip that underneath, and it goes on with the bolt going through the close end when it keeps the see the orientation keeps the post closest to that end of the hole. Your Belleville washer goes on with the hump in it. It's a very small hump, very slight. It's a very specific kind of washer called a Belleville, B-E-L-L-V-I-L-L-E. Start your nut and put your wrench on that and get your Allen wrench and tighten it up. The only time a customer would need to do this is if they were changing to a larger diameter back pole and wanted a larger post to secure that with. We have an outdoor customer who's going to need to do that soon, so we wanted to include this in the video. They're going to an 1.25 inch back pole from a 5/8 diameter back pole. So she's going to put her display back in, round pin in the round hole, and this side in with the notch with the white dot facing up, drops it in the hole, pulls on the banner, and it will lock in place, and all is good with the world. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions or concerns, please call us at 1-800-556-7222. Okay, and now turn the foot open so you can see it.
Like close it?
And just leave it open. Just now turn it around so I can see it. Okay. Alrighty.